Check, 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 check. Hello, hello, hello. Anybody out there? Raiders. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So what's up, Raider Nation? Today's a little bit different, right? We got two-time Super Bowl champion, Jeff Barnes with us and his wife, Anitha. So we're gonna add him on stage and we'll get this going. So boom, everybody. Welcome two-time Super Bowl champion Jeff Barnes. And we have his lovely wife with us. We're just, gonna chat. So what are your thoughts on this game that we just saw?
Well, it's tough to watch. The guys, Max Crosby, he's out there putting on a show, and they have that tight end that's fantastic. But we just need some more players to help us out. The coaches are trying to do a really good job, but like I said, our Raider fans want to win now, and it takes a little while when you got a brand new coach, new system. It takes a little time, but it's hard to watch. I put my jersey on. I was going to call Mark Davis, tell him I'm ready to go back, and help them out, whatever help they need. I'm ready. And so, and I'm going to call Lester and get some of my guys ready to go. If we need to get out there and help them, we will, because we want our Raiders to get back to that winning tradition that they started with Big Al Davis back in the 60s. Let's get it back going. It's going to take a little while, but we're going to get it going. Go Raiders.
All right. Yeah. Well, for me, it's always a pleasure speaking with you, just because, one, growing up, I was so fascinated with Raider history,
Yeah.
So, you being a two-time Super Bowl champion, being a part of two Super Bowl cities is great. But I feel like I have a better connection with you sometimes is because you grew up in Hayward, right? You went to Hayward High. I'm pretty sure I have grandparents or uncles that cross paths with you in school, things like that. You know what I mean? So it's always a pleasure to speak with you. So thank you again for coming on.
Well, thank you for having me, because, Hayward is like being in a family. Everybody in Hayward is a small town. Everybody knew everybody. So everybody was like family in Hayward, and that's where we grew up. And I'm just proud to be a part of the Hayward legacy. I was under Gary Clark and Coach Rankin, who was there back in the days. And then I went on to Chabot, Keith Calkins, and Gannon. Then I went on to Cal with Mike White, Artie Gigantino. So I had some great coaches, and it all started in the Bay Area.
Well, that, it's music to my ears personally. I'm sure, we got some people out there that can relate as well. Like I said, hometown hero pretty much, right?
There you go. I appreciate that.
So, the current team couldn't beat the Eagles, but let's talk about a little bit of the 1980 team that beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Man, that was a great moment, man. To play the Eagles under Dick Vermeil. Jerry Robinson was playing then at linebacker, one of the great linebackers for the Eagles, and that's why we got him. Al saw him playing. He did such a great job for the Eagles. Al, first chance he got, picked him up and brought him into the Raiders when we were in L.A. So that was great memories playing with those Eagles. The running backs, the wide receivers, they were all state of the art. They were fantastic. But we had some good guys, just a little bit more. We had Kenny King, we had Jim Plunkett, Rod Martin with 3 interceptions. Rod Martin was my roommate, and we used to play this game called Crazy 8. And Rod Martin won 3 games in a row, which was a triple crown. Went out there in the Super Bowl and got 3 interceptions. And we just had, when he came off the field, we said triple crown. Because you know how hard it is to get 3 interceptions? It's hard to get 1. He got 3. So, we love that about that game. And they had some good players. Lester Hayes, my guy, we were drafted the same year. He was 5A, I was 5B. Man, it was just great to be out there playing against those Eagles. And Dick Vermeil, a lot of people don't know this, but Dick Vermeil recruited me out of when I was at Chabot, and he wanted me to go to UCLA. And I went down there. I had a great time recruiting trip. And I told Dick Vermeil, I said, Dick Vermeil, I said, my mom is real sick. I said, I'm not leaving the Bay Area. And he understood. And that's why I didn't go to UCLA. And he told me, he said, Jeff, it's going to be between UCLA and Cal for the Roses, and we want you on board. And I told him, I said I couldn't do it because my mom was sick and wanted to stay close to home. And he was absolutely right. I went to Cal. We tied for the championship. We were both 8-3. But since they beat us, they went to the Roses that year. And I had my opportunity to go to the Roses, and I just missed it.
Ooh.
So I just got fond memories when I think of Hayward in the Bay Area.
Okay. All right. I like that. All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So right now, let's just kind of bridge to do one of our giveaways, just to, give one to whoever is watching out there.
Yeah. Sounds
Jeff
good.
Barnes, do you happen to have a trivia question for the people out there watching?
Yeah, the trivia question I have is the win over the Colts in 1977 is famously referred to as the what? Over the Colts in 1977 is referred to as the what? In 1977, go over it, think about it in your head, playing the playoff game with the Colts and the Raiders. That game is referred to as the what? Come on, give me something. Give me somebody that can get that one.
Come on. Someone answer it.
Now, if they can't
someone
get it,
that knows the history.
Yeah, if they can't get it, I'll tell you. I'll tell you so you know. A lot of people, a lot of these guys, they don't go far back on those history of the Raiders.
Yeah,
but I always
but
have it in my
this
head.
is a famous one.
What it is.
All
okay,
right,
now wait a minute. Time's up. We don't have all day.
All right. Let me ask you one more time, just so they hear it loud and clearly. All right.
Okay. Here, you ready?
Yeah.
Come on. Let me let my wife do it. I'm gonna let my wife do it to make sure.
It was my question.
It's a famous play.
It's a famous play. In 1977 is famously referred as what? The Raiders win over the Colts in 1977 is famously referred to as what?
Someone gets a prize. Come on. Who's going to win this autograph? Come on.
Come on now. Get that prize.
You can do it.
We're going to give Instagram a little bit because I think they got a little bit of a delay. So,
okay. All right.
You're probably Googling it.
Hey, we'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah,
we'll take it first answer.
We'll take it. Look, 1977, a lot of our Raider fans are a little bit younger. They don't know about all that. But somebody, that's watching from back in the 60s and 70s, they'll tell you right off.
Yeah.
That was the year Jeff was drafted.
Yes, right. That's right. 1977. Very good year.
That's another hint.
All right. We'll give them up. No one wants the prize.
Yeah, give him some time. Go to something else, big guy.
All right. We'll talk about something else. All right. So I want to ask about a couple teammates. All right. Number one, one of my favorites, Jack Tatum. I'd love to hear any story, any memory you have of Mr. Jack Tatum.
Well, all I can say about Jack Tatum is he was the nicest guy, fun-loving, tough, but tough on the football field. Jack Tatum, man, I watched him play when he was in the Super Bowl in 1977. He went 76, and I got there in 77, and he was just a terror out there on the field. When he hit the guys, he let them know that he was there. He was tough. I played with him. I was so happy that I got the chance to be in his circle of friends, and his wife and my wife, were good friends, and so it was just like a family affair. Jack Tatum was one of the toughest, nicest guys you'd ever known.
Okay. All right. Which is it's a good combo, right? Tough and nice.
That's a great combo, man. Because you would think a guy that was tough on the field wouldn't be that gentle and kind off the field, but he was just the sweetest guy you ever want to know. And that what happened with that Stingley thing when Stingley went down, and it was just him coming over the middle and Jack hitting him. And it was just one of those things, man, where Stingley got hurt, and he was even shooken up about it because he never had anything like that ever happen. But they mended fences and got over it, and he went on to be still a great guy. And remember, he left the Raiders, went on to Houston. And I think he played with the Oilers for a few years.
Okay. All right. See, I never heard that, right? I always heard that, we hit him he got hurt and that's what happened. But
No,
hearing
yeah,
stuff,
it was one of those things, man. He was emotionally disturbed about it as well because it was a fair hit, but a lot of people try to say it wasn't. And he was well, he went on for the last couple of years trying to explain to people that hey, that was something that just happened, a fluke accident that happens in football.
Okay, thank you for sharing that one. Now, another team I want to ask about, all right, is because you both went on to be entrepreneurs in the Bay Area, all right? You, I believe, owned a restaurant, right? In
Hayward? Yeah. My wife and I look like, hey, I'm not a cook. My wife was, her and her mother did a wonderful job. I was just there trying to, talk to the people while they were eating. I was disturbing the people when they had a meal. But that was the fun part about it, man. I got my friends, family were coming in. People knew me from Hayward. I set up my restaurant in Hayward. And they would come in to see me and hang out, and we would talk about old times. And my wife would fix them a good meal. We talking some red beans and rice, some gumbo, jambalaya. My wife from Louisiana, and she could cook. I think I would have married a mom if she was available, because her mom cooked too. It was her mom, man. They brought me over for dinner, and her mom cooked a wonderful dish, and I was hooked. You see, I still got it. We've been together, married for 45 years, and I'm not going nowhere.
So my question was, John Vella, do you have any
Big John Vella? Man, let me
any
tell you
stories with
something.
him?
God rest his soul. He passed away. We love John Vella. John Vella what I loved about him was he was an entrepreneur. He had about 4 or 5 stores in the Hayward area and San Leandro area. And it all started, it's called the Raider Locker Room. And I watched him do so well with his stores that I wanted to try to emulate him. And if I could have done it without that big earthquake that shut us down in Loma Prieta, that shut us down in the Bay Area, I probably would have had 3 or 4 more restaurants. But what I loved about John Vella, he had his restaurant. His lovely wife had a travel agency, and everything was going great for him. And it all started with him, the Raider Locker Room, and in the Bay Area. And he was a big entrepreneur, big guy, friendly as heck. And he was a Trojan. I don't know. Okay. I just love them Trojans, man. There's just something about him. Him, Rod Martin, Rod Sherman, all those guys that went to SC. We just got along so well. And I went to John Vella's funeral. His wife was there, his son, and we just went over old memories. And I loved him so much that it just tears me up right now when I think about him, because big guys like that, tough guys, and entrepreneurs like that are hard to find.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Like I said, Hayward boy. John Vella was like the first football player I ever met. I went and bought my first jersey at his store. That's fan favorite. So thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate it.
And you know what, too? That it was called John Vella Raider Locker Room. Well, he was doing so well. Mr. Davis, Big Al Davis, said, "Wait, whoa!" He put the brakes on it and say he took the Raiders and he would call it John Vella's Locker Room. And the Raiders, Mr. Davis started the Raider Image. And that's now the Raider Image is doing very, very well. But it all started with John Vella in the Raider Locker Room.
Okay. Well, that's awesome to hear.
A lot of people don't know that story. That's why I love to tell it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. So next, we are going to show you a couple pictures of some teammates.
Okay.
And if you could just describe in one word,
okay,
let us know what you think. All right.
I'll try to describe in one word. Oh, God. We're talking about Dave Casper. Goes to the post. My man, Dave Casper came. He was there playing for the Raiders, and I got there in '77, and we went to played the Colts, and when they were back in the days, and goes to the post. Man, let me tell you something. Kenny Stabler threw that ball, and it went over his head. And when it went over his head, he turned all the way around and caught it, looking the other way. And we said that was the greatest catch I ever seen. And I said, and we went on to win that game thanks to his wonderful catch and playing back in those days, playoffs. And that propelled us to the next week. We played the Broncos, and then we lost that game, or we would have been in the Super Bowl.
One word to describe him.
All right.
One word to describe him is I love Dave Casper, and he's a great man.
Say
I'll
love.
take it. Well, just,
Hey, I got more than one word. I gotta tell you that.
hey, it's all right. We appreciate it. All right, next one. Ready?
My wife.
Oh.
Oh, Lester Hayes. Now look, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you a story about Lester Hayes. I ain't got one word for Lester because I love him so much. Lester Hayes is gonna be in the Hall of Fame soon. Lester Hayes was drafted in the 5th round, and I was drafted in the 5th round. Lester Hayes was 5'8", I was 5'3". That's my main man. He was my roommate. I love him to death. I just talked to him last night, and he's doing well. So I want everybody to whenever they get a chance to go out and get an autograph from Lester Hayes, they better get it now because he's a future Hall of Famer, and he will be in the Hall of Fame soon. And to get that autograph is going to be special.
Okay. All right. All right.
One word would be Hall of Famer.
Yeah. One word my wife said would be Hall of Famer.
All right. All right. I like it. We got to get him there for sure.
For sure, man. And vote.
All right. The last one. Okay.
All right. Oh, Mike Davis. Oh, my God. Now, look, I'm going to tell you another 100 words for this one-word guy. Mike Davis, one of the greatest human beings. He was our player rep. Mike Davis he intercepted the ball in Cleveland, which propelled us on to the Super Bowl as a wild card. Mike Davis, who came in 1977 when I did, a great guy, a great human being, and God rest his soul, he passed away. And what was it this year, honey? His wife passed away as well. She's gone up there to be with Mike, and he got 2 beautiful kids. And man, I just love Mike to death. Whenever you say Mike Davis, you say a competitor, a hitter. He was one of the toughest safeties and corners in the game, and I miss him to this day.
All right. Awesome.
I would say
Thank you.
Kind-hearted.
Yes.
All
My
right.
wife, she likes to use the one word, kind-hearted. I just know
Kind-hearted.
Mike is the man.
He's the nicest guy.
All right. So now let's get into our events coming up, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll let
heard,
my wife start that. My wife and I, we've been cruising Ensenada. We have an 11th annual cruise Ensenada, and it all started 11 years ago. And I would like my lovely wife to tell the fans about it because she does it so well.
It actually started 10 years ago.
Wow.
Our 11th year is coming up May 15th to the 18th, 2026. And it all started with Jeff. He was invited by Joey Martinez, big Raider fan in the Los Angeles area.
Mm-hmm.
And he told Jeff to come on board, him and I, and he'll have some Raider fans, and everything will be comped. So we went just to be curious and see Mexico as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we get in there, we saw it was just 5 fans and Jeff. And then we recruited 5 more from the ship.
On the boat.
There you go.
They had a room with a piano, and the piano took up the whole room. And we had a ball. Our Raider fans, we always have a ball wherever we go. And we said, after we left that ship, I told my wife, I said, we have so much fun. Let's keep this going. And so what we do is we set a cruise for a cause. We're raising money for charity, and she'll tell you some more about those charities.
Yeah. Well, those 5 fans, I think our largest group was like 200, almost 300 people at one time over the 10 years. So we're kind of trying to keep it going because it's giving back to the community. Like Jeff said, it's for a cause. We did charity as for Ronald McDonald House for a few years. Mm-hmm. And then we did City Team, which is in Oakland. They help the homeless, and they do everything for the homeless. So we donated to them. We did the Las Vegas Culture Center. We paid tuition for kids for summer school. That was another cause. Mm-hmm. And then this year we gave scholarships. My classmates and I, with the money that I received off the cruise, we put it with theirs. We got $15,000 to 6 kids for scholarship.
Oh, wow.
I'm working on trying to decide. I have a couple charities that I want to help next year. So I'm working on which one I'm going to choose. Okay. But we had 9 legends on board this year. It was a lot of fun. We dressed up, had party in 70s party.
Okay.
That's tight. we had fun on the cruise. We had a party, and in the plaza in Mexico, we had a party.
Right. All right.
It was Jeff's 70th birthday.
Yeah, we celebrated my birthday. We had a ball, man.
Yeah.
So what I want you to know is we want as many Raider fans as we can to come on board and have fun with us. It's just having a good time and hanging out with the guys and talking about some of the good times and the legends, because you don't see these guys that often, and God willing, we'll see them much more on these cruises, and they get to talk. The fans get to talk with them and have a great time.
And we've had some great players that come on board over the last 10 years. We want to just keep it going. We have an auction, we have raffles, and then next year we're going to have contests on board. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay. And then, you guys have been married for a long time, right?
Yeah.
You would
45
say
years.
These types of moments are what keep a marriage strong, right?
Well,
memories,
without a doubt, man. It's so much fun, and then what I love about it is to get the players and the wives and their girlfriends together, and they just have such a good time that they want to come back for more.
All right. And then, anything else you want to add, to discuss this opportunity that people have to do?
We want everyone to come on board, help us get some more players on board. The more cabins we sell, the more players we can bring on board. So help us get the number. I'm trying to get Erica's number right quick.
We got it in the comments.
You have it in the comments?
Yeah, Julio posted it. Yeah.
Call Erica, and she has some great deals going on right now. And let's get booked. Let us help us get more players on board. We have a lot of players who want to come on board.
You get to cruise with the Raiders, go to Mexico, and some charity. So it sounds like a great deal.
Yeah.
Well, you can't beat it with a stick, man. It's all about fun and being together and having good times. And let me tell you something. The Raider fans are the best fans, in the whole wide world. I've been all over signing autographs. And whenever I come to my Raider fans, there's always somebody there that tells me the history of the Raiders. And then what I love about it is they bring their kids, their 2-year-old, their 1-year-old, and they said, "This is the new Raider fan. This is the future right here, the Raiders." So I always love those moments of connecting with the fans, and I want more fans to connect with the players, and this is the way to do it.
All right. Well, was there anything else you wanted to add to this?
Anything else you want to add,
honey? I think I've said it all.
Yeah, call Erica now would be great. And like I said, the more Raiders,
if you have any questions, message me.
Yeah. Message the big guy. The more people on board, the more players I can get. And I've always said, what's a Raider without a ship? Arr!
Exactly. Hey, that's a good point. I might have to dress up as a pirate for that one.
It would be nice if we can black out that whole ship.
Yeah, the whole
with
ship
Raider
with
family, with the Raider Nation.
All right, Raider Nation. Well, if you have any questions, like I said, check us out. But this is definitely a good opportunity to, meet Raider players, hang out with them. I mean, they can't go anywhere, right? So
they can't go anywhere. No, they can't leave the ship.
We're on the ship. We're heading towards a place that sells some great margaritas, I'm assuming, and it sounds like a good time
and good food.
All right. Well, thank you, Raider Nation, for tuning in. You guys have a great one.
All right, big guy. I appreciate you.